Okay, Dave again from Brisbane, Australia. If you watched the previous video, you would have seen the 750K limited edition up on the bike lift. I've now switched it out, got the 750F up on the bike lift. So this is part two of a three-part video. We've done the K, we'll do the big 1100F afterwards, but let me do this unscripted, bit of a chit-chat, a one-way chit-chat around this this beautifully original 1980 Honda CB750F. So what can I share about this? Comstars again. I must admit, not quite as clean as those Comstars, but they are original. Honda, this bike came out in '79, same year as the F. However, number of changes, I'll try and pull them out for you. I think the fork diameter is the same fork diameter I think, but Honda started using this really hard to reproduce black, I'm not going to say anodizing, but it's black paint, but it's really hard to reproduce it. I've never seen anybody reproduce it as accurately as, you know, as original as Honda intended. So that's really nice to see. Again, single pot brake calipers, discs, twin discs, which is interesting. 79 single disc for the American market, I guess. Global market, although this is a US bike, had the twin discs, but single pot. To be honest, this does stop slightly better than that one, but there isn't a lot in it. Very, very close. So here we see the same engine as we saw on the K, CB750F. This is original 1980 painted cam covers. Anyone who tells me the 1980 bike had polished cam covers, I think is incorrect, because the first owner tells me this is how the bike came with, and I could have repainted these, but I didn't, because as always, once you do that, you can't go backwards. But so these original cam covers, painted silver to match the engine cases. We're not seeing the chrome cover bolts we saw on the 750K. Same carbs, but with that leaner jetting as opposed to the CB750K. This is original paintwork. When I pull it down for you, you'll see it's not quite as good when I put it off the stand, but it's still very, you know, some will call this patina, some will call it fading. Bit of yellowing in here, but it's a 40-year-old bike or thereabouts, so that's the way it is. These pipes were also in, I say also, if you just watch this video, you won't know what I'm talking about, but when I did the 750K video, that one, those pipes in that bike are in fantastic condition. I say these are in great condition, not fantastic, but great. You'll see why in a moment. No rusting to speak of, which is good to see. Sankey 248s. There you see the disc on the back. To be honest, I prefer a drum brake, unless I'm on the track, which I'm very, very rarely on the track. I'd prefer a drum on the back. So I've got discs on the front, drums on the back. That's kind of my. I just like the feel. I like the low maintenance of the drum. But hey, can't complain. It's another great condition caliper. This is original. Lots of chain adjustment left. Here's an interesting tidbit. In '79, I learned this recently, these indicators had the silver rim embedded in here. So silver rim. The K didn't, yeah, the K is different again, but the CB750F and I think the 900 as well from '79 had that silver rim. 1980 onwards, Honda deleted that rim, same body, same lens, but no rim. Interestingly, the aftermarket replacements kept that rim. So that's where you see some 80 and 81, 82, 83 bikes with the silver rim, because owners have probably broken originals and or replaced them with aftermarket ones. But for a long time I was looking to try and get these replaced, but then I realised, I did find a set with the chrome rims on, which I've got as a backup. I shouldn't say chrome rims, what's the proper name for that? A chrome frame, probably a chrome frame. But this is correct for 1980. 79 chrome frame, 80 onwards, no chrome frame. For the pedantic ones amongst us, that's good to know. I've replaced this hose on here. 79, again, don't shoot me, but you know, you wouldn't go racing around a track with these 40-year-old hoses. I drive this bike very, very carefully. I'm not even up at the speed limit, driving it very carefully, and once a week, and I'll live with the slight risk of those hoses. And I think it is a slight risk. These have got battle axe on. I shouldn't say battle axe, BT46s. Great tyre. I do prefer the road runners, but these are great as well. All original decals. Absolutely original. These pipes, yeah, there's a few little nicks here and there. I think around here there's a scratch underneath, so she's been down. Probably not a crash, that's more of a probably drop it in a car park kind of scratch, that is, because there's nothing on these. There's no other evidence of any scratches, so I don't think she's been down. Here's the we looked at on the previous video the different airbox. Much easier to maintain because there's no cover to come off. I painted that. I think I did a pretty good job, don't you think? The black in there took about 4 or 5 attempts, but the technique I used, I masked everything off, the outside anyway, sprayed the whole thing with a couple of coats, and then very, very carefully brought this back with very fine sandpaper back to wet and dry, back to that finish. I think it looks pretty good. Good enough for my purpose. Again, great front caliper on this side. And you heard me banging on before about .5 on the other video. You can drink it, don't, but you could. Spill it on your calipers, spill it on these beautiful forks. And look, in all seriousness, this is the reason I use silicone brake fluid or synthetic brake fluid. If I spill some accidentally on these forks, no problem. You do that with .5.1, .3, .4, and you forget to get it off. You come back the following day and it's actually like paint stripper. And you don't want paint stripper on this paintwork. All right, I think that's it. Original shocks. You can see the differences now between the K shocks and these shocks. Decals are different. But same adjustment. I think that's original sprocket guard. Simona's took those off, popped these rivets out. I don't know why, but Simona's took those off. I'm glad they're not taken off. I'll tell you what, in real time, let's take this bike off the lift. Save chopping the video around. Let's take a look at the tank from the top. Just twiddle your thumbs for about 15 seconds. This, I do believe, has got original mirrors. I'll show you why I think they're original in a moment. That's the original seat. You can see the grab handles common to the 900, 1100. Not the finish, but the style. Something else I forgot to mention, on the 79, 80, and I think 81, we had these smaller diameter stems. On the 82 onwards, certainly for the European spec 1100, these were thicker diameter, they're more robust. These are the thinner ones, just in case you wanted to know that. Love this seat. Really beautiful. This is actually beautiful. There's no nicks or tears or anything. No splits. Great condition. Great grab rails. Original decal. Here's what I mean about the paintwork. But not being, it's great, original, but there's some slight discoloration here where the gas has leaked out of the tank at some point, previous owner. By the way, this is a one owner bike from New York. I bought it off the original owner, who sadly passed away, lived in Manhattan. So very low. I got it with less than just over 10,000 miles on it. So original owner, and a friend of his told me that. Well, I won't go into the story here, but I know it's all original. I know it's complete history. There's that, I'm going to call it crazy 85 mile an hour speedometer to try and trick people into not going too fast from 80, I don't know how long it lasted for, 80, 81, 82. You can see my purple .5 synthetic brake fluid. By the way, I'm not obsessed with that brake fluid, but it might sound like it, but I'm not. Here's the made in Japan, original stampings on these mirrors. I know they're original. Probably about it. I might just round it out with a startup. If you've seen the other video, you would have seen it running, but let's have a listen. Actually, I probably shouldn't need choke, just need to get my kill switch organised. I've got to say, and I've probably watched my videos before, you're probably sick of me saying this, but this bike runs beautifully, it really does. Carbs rebuilt by Mike Nixon. I did the valve clearances, I did the carb balance on the bike. Mike obviously did the bench sync, but I did the on the bike carb balance and the valve clearances. And when I say she runs like a brand new bike, I've owned brand new bikes from the 80s, and this does run like a brand new bike. Really runs well, starts first time every time, sounds beautiful. Beautiful throttle response, I'll give Mike Nixon credit for that. And just in case you didn't see the previous video, I'll do a comparison of the